JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 7 episode review video. But before I continue with that, you already know it's extremely important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead that you take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which of course I'll put in the description for you. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I suggest, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This is going to be The Walking Dead Season 7 episode number 13. Title of this episode is called Bury Me Here. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode, which I've seen a bunch of times, reviewing it to have it reviewed on my channel, and also reviewing it due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead, which just started filming 2 days ago, is going to be the final season of the main Walking Dead show, not necessarily the end of the Walking Dead story. We have King Ezekiel, Morgan, Richard, Benjamin, Diane, Jerry, Alvaro, and Daniel meet the Saviors for their routine supply drop-off. And after making their way past a blocked road with an open grave nearby, since they were tardy and only delivered 11 cantaloupes instead of the 12 that the group leader Gavin had asked for, Gavin explains he's going to teach them a lesson so they understand the stakes and orders Jared to shoot somebody or someone. Jared raises the gun and points it at Richards, who just says, just do it. But Jared shifts his hand at the last second before pulling the trigger and shoots Benjamin. Oh boy. There's another part where Jared actually clocks Jerry over the head with the stick because he interrupted, or somebody interrupted King Ezekiel. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, after being rushed to Carol's cottage, Benjamin bleeds out and eventually dies. Back at the urban lot where they encountered the roadblock, Morgan walks alone and begins to become unhinged, similar to his life before learning Aikido, experiencing flashbacks of his son Dwayne and his wife. He contemplates suicide, surprisingly, but backs out. However, he finds the missing cantaloupe hidden in a crate on the street and realizes that Richard intentionally hid the cantaloupe. Morgan returns to the kingdom and confronts Richard, who explains that he planned to provoke the Saviors into killing him, as Gavin had promised he'd be the first to die if anything went wrong. He'd hoped his death would be over something so petty would motivate King Ezekiel to fight the Saviors. The next day, Ezekiel and the others return to meet the Saviors for the drop-off to make up for the missing cantaloupe. One fucking cantaloupe, wow. Because Richard has not told Ezekiel the truth yet, Morgan attacks Richard and strangles Richard to death and pounds his head into the pavement too, and tells everyone that Richard staged the missing cantaloupe in order to incite a war. After exposing Richard's plan, Morgan assures Gavin that he knows what's at stake if things went wrong. And then Morgan, they say you should leave, let's go, and Morgan's like, no. So everybody leaves, and Morgan drags Richard's corpse to an open grave and buries him there. Because it said, "Bury me here," the title of the episode. And he returns to Carol's cottage specifically, and confesses after he asks Carol, do you want to know what happened at Alexandria? Yes. Confesses that Negan and the Saviors killed Abraham, Glenn, Spencer, and Olivia. And you can see kind of the terror in Carol's face, like, what the fuck? Not cool. And then he explains that Rick wants to fight the Saviors, and that's why he was at the kingdom. Morgan prepares to go after the Saviors and promises to kill every last one of them, because Morgan's in crazy mode now. But Carol convinces him to stay, and then Carol returns to the kingdom and finds Ezekiel telling him that she's moving to the kingdom, and Carol tells Ezekiel that they need to fight and prepare for imminent war, to which Ezekiel actually agrees, but not right now. And then back at the cottage, Morgan sits alone on the porch, seemingly whittling the end of his fighting stick into a sharp point, and that's how the episode ends. So, pretty crazy episode. We lost two good characters in this episode that I think could have done a lot more in The Walking Dead, and that was, of course, Benjamin and Richard. Richard was actually a really good character, but we didn't get a lot of him, and I kind of alluded to that before in a previous recap for this season or review of the season. And Benjamin, he certainly had potential. He just didn't get to show much of it. Of course, we saw his brother Henry, but that's later. Well, we see him already, but he becomes a major point in season 8 and season 9, of course. So those are my opinions of the episode. As far as the score of this episode, this is one of my favorite episodes, at least top 20, I believe, maybe top 25, but certainly a solid episode. I'm going to give it a 9.1. I really like it. I really felt like the imagery with Morgan and like showing him start to go cuckoo a little bit. And Morgan, by far, is the character of the episode. Morgan was great in this episode, and we saw clear Morgan come out. Well, to a certain degree. We saw cuckoo Morgan, though, crazy Morgan, and that's always fun and exciting. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this episode from season 7, Bury Me Here, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not a fan of this episode, but you still like The Walking Dead, still smash the like button anyway. Come on, you can do it. It helps out the channel. You know that. If you know anybody that would be interested in this, go ahead and share the video with them. Don't forget to leave me a comment with your thoughts on the episode, your score of the episode, your favorite moments and characters of the episode. And if you don't want to talk about that, you can talk about your favorite characters of The Walking Dead, or least favorite characters, or even favorite episodes and least favorite episodes. I'm all ears for all that stuff. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.